Hello everybody and welcome back to Dualsense Gaming, a PlayStation 5 podcast all about the PlayStation 5. I'm Saint Elijah, but you can call me Elijah. This podcast talks about what I've been playing on the PS5, all the PS5 news, and then one topic. Today's topic is just going to be based around Ratchet and Clank, now that we got a release date of June 11th. I'm very excited. I think this is the first next generation game, and it's going to actually show off what the PS5 is capable of, and I don't think anything else. Astrobot did a little bit, but even that, it's not on the same level. That's a free little mini game type thing, even though I think it's a great game. Definitely check that out. But let's start with the games I've been playing. I've been playing a lot of games. This podcast is usually weekly, every Friday. I missed last Friday, so now it is Tuesday, so I have so much I need to cover. But the first game I've been playing, Borderlands 3 on the PS5, it's amazing. The loading times are so much better. The graphics are so much better. I really like Borderlands 3. If you haven't played it yet, the PS5 version is definitely the version I'd pick. And it's a lot of fun, co-op or single player. I've played a couple hours of it so far, and it's like Borderlands 2, and it's been so long since Borderlands 2 that it just feels so refreshing getting a game that doesn't feel like it's copying the Destiny, Division, game service parameters, because I don't like game services like that. I like Borderlands 3. It's a full game, $60, you buy it, you pay once, you got it, and it's great. It's a fantastic game. Next thing, I've been playing Black Ops Cold War Zombies Firebase Z, I believe the map is called. Newest map on zombies. All the zombies maps will be free, so this is the first one. I've only played a couple matches of it, but I'm pretty disappointed with it, actually. I think it's just too much. There's like a Terminator zombie, and there's alien zombies, and it's like, why can't we just go back to the basics? That's how I feel. I haven't been a huge fan of Call of Duty Zombies in a long time, but this one is so fast-paced and doesn't give you any time to explore and pull things in at your own pace anymore, and it's too much. It's too much for me. I guess I'm too old for it, but I just want to soak it in, and I can't, because the zombies are already there. Before you even spawn in, the zombies are there, so it's crazy. I'd suggest it if you have Call of Duty on your PS5. Check it out, but it's really, it's just another one. It's another zombies map, and it's super fast-paced. Next game, TemTem. I do a series of TemTem. If you didn't know, TemTem is like a Pokemon MMO. Hugely multiplayer, great game. Really liking it. I think it's so much better than Pokemon. The more I play it, the more I see how it differs from Pokemon, and the deeper the game is than Pokemon. And if you're a fan of Pokemon but feel like they haven't really done enough to evolve the series, TemTem is for you. TemTem has competitive. TemTem is 2v2 battles all the time, so you use moves together with other TemTem to really maximize your efforts, and I think it's a great game, and I'm finally on the first dojo. I'm taking it a little slow, but I really like it, and I think it's one of the best multiplayer co-op games on the PS5. Definitely check it out. Next, I've been playing a few PS4 games. Not going to talk too much about these, but I just wanted to let you guys know I've been playing them on the PS5. Don't Starve Together. Big fan of Don't Starve Together, though I wish it was easier. If you don't know, it's kind of like, it's a survival game from a top-down perspective, and it's really good. I definitely suggest it. Next, Farm Together. I don't think I'll be playing much more Farm Together. It's a great game to play if you like farming games, and it's multiplayer, so check that out if that sounds interesting to you. last PS4 game I've been playing, Rogue Company, which is a PvP free-to-play game. This game is surprisingly fun. I don't usually like games like this. And you're like limited to 12 lives for your team, and you share those lives. And then once you're out, you're out. So it's all about teamwork, and I really like that. I like that way more than any other PvP game I played in a very long time. Back to the PS5 games, Immortals Fenyx Rising, a Ubisoft game. I was a little skeptical about buying this, and I think what I've come to realize from my few hours of playing the game is this is very much a children's game, and I didn't realize that, but like the story and the comedy and the gameplay and everything is just so childish, and that's no, you know, if you like the game, you like the game, but that's how I feel. I was hoping for something a little more stronger, but it's an Ubisoft game, and I'm not a big fan of Ubisoft, but this one just feels like a children's game. I would suggest skipping this. The gameplay in the background on my YouTube is actually going to be of Immortals Fenyx Rising, so if you're interested to see more of the game, definitely check it out. But I played through the tutorial and through the epilogue and everything, and the game just feels like it's for children. And like Sackboy, I think, is for children but also adults. But the way I view Immortals is it's not for adults. It's really for children, and that's okay. And if you like it, you like it. But I'm not a huge fan. Next game, Freddy Spaghetti on the PS5. I actually platinumed this game. This game is $5. I do not suggest it. I think it's a bad game. If you're a trophy hunter, it's a quick platinum, but is it worth it? Probably not. I got a free code for this one, so I don't suggest Freddy Spaghetti on the PS5. But if you want to see some gameplay, I got some on my YouTube channel, so check that out. Next, Death Tales on PS5. This game, I don't think is out yet. I got a code for it, but I didn't see any embargo, so maybe I'm breaking an embargo here. The game's okay. It's on Switch and everything too, so it's not like it's crazy that I'm talking about it, but Death Tales, okay game, 2-player local co-op, platformer. It seems like it's the guys. It feels very amateurish, and the graphics are a huge turnoff. Check out a trailer or check out my gameplay on my channel or whatever, but yeah, it's a okay game. I think the gameplay is fun. It kind of mixes a little bit of God of War with Shovel Knight in a way, in a 2D platformer way, but you know, it's not gonna be for everyone, and I think the graphics are a huge turnoff. That's all the games I've been playing. Lots of games, gonna be way less next episode, but really been enjoying probably the most. I've been enjoying TemTem, Borderlands, and maybe Don't Starve, even though that's a PS4 game. I do very much like that. I also like Rogue Company, which I assume they would put out a PS5 update or something to make it run better. I don't know though, because the game is crossplay. So let's go over to the news. The news. Just kidding. I don't have a song. The news. Dualsense controllers may be having a drifting problem. So in Rogue Company. I hope I didn't call it Rogue Legacy. That's an indie game. But in Rogue Company, they actually disable drifting, kinda. Like they can sense it, and you can turn off that sense. And when I turned it off, I actually did have a little drifting, though it hasn't affected any of my games yet. So I'm a little worried that it is going to become a problem if I'm already getting it in that game, if I turn off the settings. It's free to get the problem fixed, but you might have to pay for postage. It's super frustrating. I don't know why these drifting problems are happening. I don't understand, because the Switch is having the same stuff, and it's a pain, and I don't get why it's happening. I'm gonna be really disappointed if I have to send these controllers in, because it just takes a long time, and nobody wants to deal with that. Next thing, Godfall Primal update is out on the PlayStation 5. It adds new in-game content, loot, and more. I do not have Godfall. I have not played Godfall. I've heard mixed things about Godfall. Maybe I'll play it in the future once a friend gets a PS5. But as a single-player game, I'm really not interested in, because I think it was made for co-op and I just don't have anyone who could play it with me, so I haven't put much thought into Godfall. But it's cool that they're putting out updates and hopefully the game continues to get better. Next thing in the news, of course, Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart, dated for the 11th of June. Very exciting. June's gonna be a big month, I already know it. And Ratchet and Clank is probably my most anticipated title for the PS5, as it's the first game that's really going to show off the PS5 in a major way. I know Returnal is going to come out, but I feel like that's more of an indie team, even though that's still a $70 game. I think Ratchet and Clank, they've done so many. They haven't done one since 2013 other than the remake, which I love the remake. I haven't played many of the PS3, PS2 ones personally. There's just so many of them, but I'm very excited for this game. I thought they were just going to do a Ratchet and Clank 2 remake, so it's very surprising it's a new game, and it looks like it was made for PS5. It looks like Sony went to Insomniac and said, we need a PS5 launch game that's going to blow people's minds, and I think Ratchet and Clank is going to do that. And I'm very excited about it, and we'll talk more about that in the topic section. Let's go on to some smaller news. Assassin's Creed Valhalla is getting a huge river update. I think it's already out, though I'm not sure. I don't know what's in this. I'm not an Assassin's Creed fan at all. Just thought I'd mention it. If you want to look it up or whatever, or download the update, go download it. But I haven't been an Assassin's Creed fan ever. I played the second one, I played the Black Flag one, and that's about as far as I'd go with Assassin's Creed. Like I said, I don't like Ubisoft, so it's really not my thing. Next, Warner Brothers plotting new cross-play AAA free-to-play project. I'm pretty excited about this. Warner Brothers is a mid-level studio in my opinion, and they make some good games, they make some bad games, but I feel like this could be a good game, and if they license it with maybe some DC superheroes, I think it would be really cool. Link it to the other games, the upcoming Gotham Knights and all that stuff. I think this has a lot of potential, but we don't really know anything about it yet. We just know they're hiring, so I think it's cool. I'm not a big fan of free-to-play games, but this one could be an exception, and maybe I'll try it out. It depends on how it looks and what it is, I guess. Next thing, Assassin's Creed. Wait, I already read that. Crash Bandicoot 4 coming to PlayStation 5 February 12th, which means it should be out. Free upgrade for PS4 version, so I think this is just an upgrade, gonna up the graphics and everything. Pretty cool. If you have Crash Bandicoot 4, I'll probably download this and check it out, because I never beat Crash Bandicoot 4 because it came out in an awkward time for me, so I'll have to re-download that and maybe play it, and then I'll let you guys know next week what I think. Now, new game announcements. I got a lot of new game announcements for you guys. I got a ton of new game announcements, so let's just read through them, and hopefully you guys find a game you like here and you can search it up and find more about it. But first things first, McQuay, I believe it's pronounced, announced for March 2nd, solve imaginative puzzles while navigating memories hidden inside nested worlds. There's a trailer for this one. It looks like a puzzle game. Has good voice acting. Check it out if you like puzzle games. Marvel's Avengers may be coming to PlayStation 5 soon, as the trophy system has leaked. I've only heard bad things about this game, so if you want it, it's coming to PS5. Hype! I guess people must like it if it's coming to PS5, right? But I've only heard terrible things about this game. Rainbow Six Quarantine, as well as Far Cry 6, are still planned to be released this year, which is nice because we've heard so many games being pushed. So it's good that Rainbow Six Quarantine and Far Cry 6 will still be coming out this year. Like I said, I don't care for Ubisoft, so these games aren't for me, but I know a lot of people like Rainbow Six, and a lot of people like Far Cry as well. So, only good news there, I think. Skate City is coming to PS5. This is what Push Square had to say. Skate City, previously exclusive to Apple Arcade, is a chilled-out, low-poly game and focuses on street skating. It contains 3 cities based on real locations and features original lo-fi music for a pretty relaxing ride. It features all the usual tricks you'd expect with an easy-to-use control scheme and comes with hundreds of challenges to complete. Excuse me. Alternatively, you can play endless skate with no objectives. It says, whatever that means. An iOS game coming to PlayStation 5. I couldn't care about this, but hey, more skating games. Getting a ton of skating games, so I'm very excited for the new the EA skate game. I think that's gonna be the one that people need to look out for. But if you need a little game to keep you on your skateboard, check out Skate City, coming to the PlayStation 5. Next, Anodine 2, I think this is an anime game, Anodine 2, Return to Dust, is coming 2/18/2021, so it's coming very soon. Run, jump, and drive across vast, dreamy 3D landscapes. Shrink into surreal 2D dungeons inside of characters' bodies. Travel the world, meet strange people, and save the world from the dangerous nano dust. Don't miss the follow-up to the classic game, Anodyne. Never heard of Anodyne, but hey, if you're looking for whatever that is, that I actually saw on Coming Soon on the PS5, which there's been a lot of new stuff on Coming Soon. So if you haven't been on the store on PS5, definitely check it out. Lots more games on there nowadays. Next game, Mighty Fight Federation. Slam opponents into walls, launch them into the air, and follow up with fast, high-flying attacks in this brand new arena fighter. Choose from 13 unique characters with different play styles. Very exciting. A little brawler. I'm not a big fan of brawlers, but this one looks cool, so definitely check it out. Again, it is on the PS5 under Coming Soon, so hopefully this one comes very soon. Yonder, the Cloud Catcher Chronicles is making a return with an enhanced edition on PS5. I actually played this game, and I like this game a lot. It's a little exploration game where you like find animals and you solve quests for people, and if that's your kind of thing, definitely check this out, because I think it is pretty fun. It's a relaxing open world adventure game. Yonder is set in the world of Jamaica, something. A natural island paradise with 8 distinct environments ranging from tropical beaches to snow-capped summits. Next, 6 Days in Fallujah returns this year, which is pretty crazy. 6 Days in Fallujah is a first-person tactical military shooter that recreates true stories of Marine soldiers and Iraqi civilians who fought in Al-Qaeda during the toughest urban battle since 1968. This one's pretty exciting because it's based off true stories, and I'll wait for the reviews on this one, but I think this has the potential to be a great game. And it's made by people who used to make Halo and used to make Destiny. So it has great developers on it too. And I think this has high promise to be a very good game, as long as, it's done right. And I think it will be, but only time can tell on that one. Next game, there's still so many games. It's a crazy amount this week. Disciples Liberation, a mature dark fantasy strategy RPG with turn-based combat. Liberate the land of Navendar and uncover the endless stories hidden within this richly detailed world where every decision has a consequence and every move could be deadly. I don't know anything about this, so I'm just gonna go to the next one. Doodle Devil Evolution. Discover the 7 deadly sins and watch as the world crumbles at your fingertips as you create thousands of dastardly deeds. Combine fire, earth, wind, and air to create demons, beasts, zombies, and much more. Being bad has never been so much fun. Okay, next game, Chivalry 2, dated for June. Closed beta coming next month. I saw information on the PC beta, but I didn't see anything on the PS5 beta. But it's a closed beta, so maybe you have to pre-order the game to get into it. Chivalry 2 is a multiplayer first-person slasher inspired by epic medieval movie battles. Players are thrust into the action of every iconic moment of the era, from the thunder of cavalry charges to storms of flaming arrows, sprawling castle sieges, and more. This game seems interesting. I didn't see any gameplay or anything for it, but I'm sure you could find some online. But from the description, that one seems very cool. Next game, Sherlock Holmes Chapter 1 PS5. In this story-driven detective thriller, a young Sherlock Holmes struggles to prove himself as he navigates an exotic, dangerous island in the Mediterranean to investigate the mystery of his mother's death. I hear good things about this game, Sherlock Holmes, and this is a prequel to, I believe, the PS4 Sherlock Holmes. So if you played this, you'll probably be interested in this as well. Next game, Rico London, a stylish co-op first-person shooter that takes place in London. I couldn't find much info on this one, but hey, a stylish co-op first-person shooter, that's all I need to know. I might be interested in it, but I'll wait for some gameplay. Dungeons and Bombs is coming soon. I've actually played this game. I got a code for this, and I don't like it at all. It's a little puzzle game. Do I have a description of it? Challenging puzzle game where you need to save your king. That's the description. And I do not suggest it. I did not like it at all. I actually did a first impressions video and it was only 7 minutes long because I could not play. I could not force myself to play any more of that game. I really did not like it. Next up, Buster's Quest coming February 23rd. Buster's Quest is a classic action puzzle game focused on solving increasingly complex puzzles. Play as Buster or Busterina. sorry, Busterina. As you traverse lands filled with cute, cuddly enemies determined to stop you at all costs. Collect hamster balls, shoot enemies, and get the fastest times as you climb the online leaderboards. Learn enemy quirks to quickly vanquish them and progress to the next level. With over 150 levels, the challenge is to save your significant other has never been so daunting. That's what the sentence says. Okay. So this game looks like a much better game than Dungeons and Bombs. So if you were thinking about buying Dungeons and Bombs, you should buy Buster's Quest maybe instead. I haven't played it, but it seems more interesting and it seems like they put more work in than Dungeons and Bombs, which feels like they were just trying to do the very minimum. Okay, games that came out this week. That's right. There was one game that came out this week on February 9th, Ultra Goodness 2. The struggle between good and evil continues in this bloody action where time moves only when you move or shoot. Tear the Satan's forces to pieces. Leave oceans of their blood and mountains of demons' corpses in the name of goodness. This game looks like I made it yesterday in my basement, and I don't mean to sound mean, but that's just the vibe. So go check it out. It looks like it was made in MS Paint. Now, I could not make a game, so maybe I'm wrong, and maybe it was very complicated, but it doesn't look good, so go check that out. I think it's $5. And Sony, stop letting everything on the store. It's garbage. I'm very much against Sony just allowing everything on the store, but maybe that could be a topic for another day, because today's topic, Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart. That's right, my number one anticipated PS5 game, other than God of War, but we don't know when God of War is coming out. I can't wait for God of War, but Ratchet and Clank, I played the remaster. I have a poster of the remake, not remaster, remake. I love that game. I thought it was incredible looking. I thought it was the best looking PS4 game of the time. And I platinumed that game. I played it over and over again. I just love that game, and it felt like what a 3D platformer should feel like. And you know, that's a PS2 game originally, but they revamped it and they made it better and they extended environments and they increased guns, and this new one just looks like they took that and then they times it by 10. And I just can't wait because, oh my god, this game looks good, and it looks like they were like, okay, this is what the PS5 can do, and we want you to show. We want you to be the showcase game, the must-have game, the game that should come with the console. This game is crazy. I can't wait. It looks so good. I've seen gameplay. I've seen the trailers. There's a new girl Lombax, which is super cool. And oh my god, it just looks so good. The 3D audio elements are going to be cool because it's going to show everything. It's going to show like 3D audio. It's going to show like rain coming down. You hear it above you, and like flying dragons and stuff you can see in the trailer. And you're going to hear that above you instead of just to the right and left like you used to have to hear it, because of the 3D audio and the Pulse headset and other 3D audio headsets you can get for the PS5. It's going to use the Dualsense controller. I'm sure the feel is, it's going to feel like no other game feels because of the vibrations, and I feel like it's going to vibrate throughout the whole game. And I can't wait, because in Sackboy there's like only vibrations in the first cutscene, but holding that controller and experiencing that cutscene, you don't want to let go of the controller. It just feels so much like you're in it, like a 4D movie. And I think that Ratchet and Clank is going to take that and do the whole game with it, and it's going to be incredible. And we already know that it's going to use the triggers in different ways, so there's different shooting options depending on how hard you press down the triggers. And I'm sure that even the lights are going to light up differently, and sounds are going to come out of your controller. It's just going to be crazy. And there's going to be like no loading. You just go through portals and you're in completely different environments, like in a desert, than in snow, than in grass. Like there's no rhyme or reason because of the rifts and what the game is built on with teleporters or rifts. And this game just looks so good and so exciting. And if you haven't seen a trailer, I don't know how you haven't seen one, but this game looks like the must-buy PS5 game, and I think it's going to sell incredibly. I think everyone who has a PS5, no matter what games you like, this game is a must-buy, because just looking at it, it looks like a Disney Pixar movie, and that's not an easy accomplishment. Pixar is the best in the business, and for Insomniac to even come close is incredible, and it just looks so good. It looks so crazy. I don't know. Oh my god. I'm just so excited for it. Coming out in June, same time as Back 4 Blood, which sucks because I'm also very excited for that. But that's going to be like a game on every console, so it's not really going to use the PS5 to its full potential like a PS5 exclusive will. And even like Sackboy is on PS4, so that didn't use the DualSense properly. And Miles Morales just felt like a PS4 game, and even Demon's Souls, it's like a revamped PS3 game, so it's nothing new, really. And I love that game, but Ratchet and Clank, it's going to be the first one. Returnal's going to be like, this, here's the PS5, right? And Returnal's going to show us that the PS5 is different. And then Ratchet and Clank is going to just take it to a whole nother level in June. It's just, I can't wait. I can't wait for the 3D audio for the Dualsense controller. I think the Dualsense controller is the best part about the PS5. I think it's the reason the PS5 is better than the Xbox. One of the many reasons, but like the Xbox controller is just the same controller, and the PS5 controller is just on another level, and they really outdid themselves. And I don't know how hard it is for them to program in all these vibrations and stuff and registering how the controller should feel at every moment in a game. It's like a whole nother level, and I hope that they find that it is worth it to invest in that vibration, because it might be hard to do, but I think it's worth it. I don't know if it's hard to do, and I think Ratchet and Clank is going to be the first game that really shows what the DualSense can do. And I'm so excited, man. I am so freaking excited. I'm gonna have to buy the poster. I'm excited for the other Lombax. I think you get to play as the other Lombax, which is super cool. They're gonna have tons of new guns. And I think this game's just for everyone. It's not a kid's game. It's not an adult's game. Everyone can play it, no matter how old you are. You can play it with your kids. You can play it with your friends. It's just the ultimate game, and I think it's the perfect launch game. I don't think there's any other game, even God of War, I don't think would be as good of a launch game. And I know it's not technically a launch game because it didn't come out during launch, but it's going to be the closest game to launch that is really a big Sony first party thing, and I think it's going to blow people's minds, and I think people know it's going to blow their minds. So like, it's going to, oh my god, it's going to be next level, and it's going to really blow your minds. And that's how I feel about Ratchet and Clank. June 11th, I'll be pre-ordering it. Don't want to buy the deluxe edition to get like a costume or whatever. I think that's such a ripoff, but I'll get the regular edition, $70. Super excited. Think it'll be worth it. Think it'll be a nice, good length game, long game. And I think reasonable platinum. I think I'll definitely go for the platinum, and I can't wait to play it, and I'll stream it, and I'll record it, and I'm going to have so much content on it. I'll probably review it, and I just can't wait. I'm so excited. Don't know if you've noticed. I don't know if I've said that, but I'm so excited for that game, and I think it's going to be great. So let me know what you think about Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart. Are there any other games you think could be better? I think God of War will be amazing too, but in a different way. God of War will show storytelling and action, while Ratchet and Clank is really going to push like cartoony colors. It's going to do action too, but in a different way, and it's going to really be able to use 3D audio to the max, and there's no limits because it's cartoony, so anything can happen at any time. And I think God of War will be much more grounded, and they can also do some amazing stuff with the controller, I'm sure. And even 3D audio. There's dragons in God of War and all sorts of stuff. You're on boats, so you maybe hear under you, like hearing the serpent go under your boat. I remember the audio in God of War PS4 was incredible. I can't even imagine what it's going to be like on PS5, because that game really took things to the next level. And these two games, I think, are going to be must-plays. And, you know, there's still Horizon, and there's still Returnal, and there's just so many games. There's so many, and I'm so excited. But I hope you enjoyed this episode of Dualsense Gaming. I know these episodes aren't very long, 30 minutes or so, but hopefully one day I can have someone else on and we can talk back and forth, and I guarantee you that's going to up the length so much. But as I said, right now, none of my friends have a PS5. They're incredibly hard to get. The bots are just buying them out, and it's ridiculous, and it's sad, really. And it hurts as a PlayStation fan and a huge fan of the PS5 to see so many people want it, but they can't get it because of these bots and stuff buying them out, and it's just ridiculous. I think it should be illegal. Personally, it's unfair, and it just ruins the fun for so many people, because you try and you try and you try, and it just seems impossible to get a PS5, and people just quit trying, and that's just sad to me. That's really, it makes me depressed, you know, but thinking about Ratchet and Clank gets me excited, and I think a lot more people will have the console by the time Ratchet and Clank comes out in June. I'm hoping people will be able to get their hands on it, and I'm just excited. I think June's going to be the start to something amazing. I think this generation is going to be better than the PS4 generation, and I think the PS4 generation was incredible, so only time will tell, but I'm very excited about this, and hope you are too. And if you're listening to this, you probably are very excited about the PlayStation 5. And if you want to add me, my username is Saint X Elijah. Check out my YouTube. If you don't know, I do this podcast for my YouTube. The YouTube is Saint X Elijah as well. Check me out on Twitter, Saint X Elijah. Check me out on Twitch if you want to play games live with me and talk with me. Twitch.tv/Saint X Elijah YT. Little different there for you. And my Discord is also in the description of my YouTube videos, so join that if you want. Until next time, hope you guys have a great time on your PS5. The podcast will continue to go up on Friday. I missed this week due to personal problems, but it shouldn't happen very often. I should be on schedule 99% of the time, so hope that's okay. Hope no one's mad, and I will catch you guys on the next one. Until then, thank you for watching, and goodbye.